Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we like to begin this lesson by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises
Unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Chodash.
giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of great whom surely do you well. And as always, we like to say Shalom unto the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
There are a couple of brothers here that are together from the heroes of Yahushai camp,
Brother Hanana
and the brother Maya Shara. And we wanted to get into today, topic for this lesson is based off of the repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yes, right. Topic for this lesson we wanted to get into today, right, is our fourth and final installment of our series detailing the fate, the final lot, the portion, the end, the destiny of these heathen nations. Right. Part one, we have did who these nations are today, how we identify them today, who they predominantly are, right? What they did unto us. Then in the second part, we have looked at the fact that the Most High plans to respond to these people and plans to rise up against these people in battle and in judgment, right? And we have went into how he's going to carry out his response. And in the third part, we have said, that the heathens going into slavery, right? And it's all going to start, and it's all going to come at a head or come under the rulership of Yahushua upon his return, right? Because he was promised to have a rulership, a dominion, and everlasting kingdom in the earth that should not be destroyed, and that all nations should serve and obey him, right? So now the final 2 points we're going to get into for this final installment is the fate of the head of these heathen nations, the fate of the wicked, Esau and Edom, right? If you give a Psalms 83 real quick, just to prove that Esau is the head of these nations, right? He's the chief of the co-conspirators, in the plan to wipe the nation of Israel out from the face of the earth. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter and verse 1.
Right.
The song of Psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Right, so they have rised up against Yahweh, right, in counsel and in the devious and dubious and dastardly plans of greed that they have against the Most High, against his people, right? There.
Verse 3. That I finished verse 2.
Yeah, he lifted up the head. Yeah.
Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thine people and consulted against thine hidden ones.
Those same dubious plans, right?
They have said, come and let us cut them off from the nation.
This is the end. This is the fate that the heathens have for the nation of Israel. Not knowing that these same plans that they have, in which they aim to enact upon the nation of Israel, is going to come upon their own head, in which, right, they should be wiped out, right? And we're going to see here who is the chief of the co-conspirators, right? Who's the head of this whole body. Go ahead.
And the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
So they're all in league, they're all in one accord and in agreement, right?
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom. Who is Edom? The twin brother of Jacob. Or rather, that would have been the nation that would have came out of the progenitor of that people, which is the twin brother of Jacob, Esau. Esau is Edom, Genesis
32. Or 32.
36?
Genesis 36, and we get here. And verse 8.
Genesis 36 and go ahead.
Genesis 36 and 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Esau is Edom, right?
Jumping on to verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Right.
These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir,
right.
Verse 9.
The genealogical records, right? Descendants of Esau and Edom as they were recorded through his sons, right?
Genesis 36 and 19. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. Also Genesis 36.
I believe it's the last verse.
If I'm not missing, I could be right about that. Genesis 36. 40, then I jump down to 43. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau according to their families after their places by their names: Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, and Duke Jetheth.
Right?
43, Duke Magdiel to Wara, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
Right? So Esau is Edom. Edom is the nation that came of the progenitor Esau, twin brother of Jacob. What is the final fate of Esau and Edom? If you can make Ezekiel 35, we're going to start there from verse 5.
Look at Ezekiel 35. Is it 38?
No, 35.
35 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount, and again, prophetically speaking or spiritually speaking, when you see the term mount, it could also refer to what? The government or the rulership of Seir. Again, who dwelt in Seir? Esau, Edom. Right, thus
represents the people as well.
Represent the people, exactly. So what? That Son of man, set thy face against the government or the group or the large multitude of these people in Seir, or the Edomites, right? And what?
And prophesy against it.
And prophesy against it. Why? To what end? What does the Most High plan for these people? Go ahead.
And say unto it, thus saith the ruler Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Right.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai.
Right.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and I shed the blood of the children of Israel,
Right.
by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the ruler Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith.
So since
Thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Go ahead.
And thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passed out, and him that returneth.
So what the Most High has determined and has a plan and has a scheme against these people in which he should what? Wipe them out from being a nation. So same plan they have for us, it's actually going to go back upon their own head again. Psalms 9, in the pit which thou, in the snare. In fact, go ahead.
The pit which thou hast dig is thy own foot taken. Let me get that Psalms 9 and 15.
Right.
Look at Psalms chapter 9 and verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Right, so the plans that they have made
Against
verse
the
16. So like, go ahead, yeah?
And verse 16, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. A guy on Selah.
If you give me it, Psalms 127 from verse 7, Bible Kasha.
You look at
So
Psalms.
again, in the pit which they did is their own foot taken, right? The same plan they have against us, it's actually going to come upon their own head. But what is the plan? What does the nation of Esau even have or feel towards the nation of Israel? It's to wipe them out, right? Go ahead.
Psalms 127 and verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof.
Which when you go into that word raise it goes into what? Destroy it. Right? So just like how Edom said to destroy the nation of Israel, the Most High plans to destroy Mount Seir, lay it to waste, make it most desolate. Go ahead.
Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right there.
And what till me, and say wasted thee and waste the Mount of Seir, and
To make it most desolate. Yeah.
and lay it waste in
Ezekiel
35th chapter. When you go to the word here, waste, it will be what? Destroyed.
Exactly. So just like how the psalmist is asking the Most High to remember Edom. right? And this one, remember Edom, who are to be destroyed. The Most High did remember Edom because he said what he plans to destroy them and to lay waste their mountains. Right?
Verse 9, happy shall he be that take it by little ones and dash it against the stones.
Exactly. Now if I could give me book of Job chapter.
Exactly. Happy shall he be that take it and dash it by little ones
against the stones, right? So what is the plan for Esau and Edom? Is to wipe that people out from existence. If you give me Job chapter 18 from verse 12.
Look at Job 18 and 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
Right.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacles, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Yahweh shall again and again to the book of Psalms. The Most High is described or is referred to as what being terrible. Right there, God.
Verse 15, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
Yeah.
His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above his branches shall be cut off.
It's prophetically right. This could go into his seed, which we're going to show you that the Most High plans to root this people out of the earth. Like by seed line. That he's going to wipe the nation out by killing out all of the men. Right? And everybody descended from Esau. Go ahead.
His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets.
Exactly. How is his remembrance going to be perished? How is he going to have no name? He's going to have no more descendants. Right? His sons are going to be killed off.
His nephews, the whole house, in fact.
The whole house. Go ahead.
Verse 18. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
Job chapter 30. They were chased from among men. Right?
He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. So that no man, woman, child.
Nobody of the household again a perfect antithesis, if I say that word correctly, right? A coup de grace, if you will, of that Psalms 49:11. Right? His inward thought is that his houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places unto all generations. They call their lands after their own names. The Most High is a comedian, I like to say. Like, he makes fun and he makes jokes and the thoughts and the plans and the devices that you have in your heart, because even though you intend for this to be the case, the Most High has something else in plan for you. Go ahead.
The 20 that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were frightened.
Yeah.
Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not power.
Again, if you could give me that Malachi 1 from verse 3 that we just gave here, who is the wicked?
Look at Malachi chapter 1 verse 3. I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places.
Right.
Thus saith Yahweh shall have hosts, they that build, so that they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh shall and the indignation forever.
So the border, the territory, the dwelling place of wickedness. If wickedness was a man and the nations of the earth were houses, the house that wickedness would take up his renting, that the place he would like to be leased unto him, for him to dwell, it would be in the house of Esau.
Vice versa, like how wisdom would like to dwell in the house of Esau.
Exactly. Right, so if you could give me Amos 9 from verse 11, because again, so now you understand, unto the wicked power saith, right? Anytime you're reading scriptures and you see the Most High is directly addressing the wicked, you know who he is speaking of. It's Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
Amos 9 and 10. And that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen,
right,
and close up the breaches thereof.
Right.
I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, And of all the heathen which are called by my name, say the root sack, say Yahweh Bashim Yeshai that did this. And why you say you build up the tabernacle of David as in the days of old? Because when David was in charge, Edom was in streets.
Edom was in streets. Right, if you just read it, just put it up garrisons in it. Joab did it, David did it. I believe Solomon did it as well. And he put God, God.
In First Chronicles 18 and 13.
First Chronicles.
18 and 13. I read to talk. Are you from 11? Them also King David dedicated unto the Lord, the Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. So I can see. Yeah. In First Chronicles 18 and 11. Them also King David dedicated unto Yahweh Bashim Yoshai with silver and the gold that he had brought from all these nations, from Edom and from Moab, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, and from Amalek.
Right, all heathen nations, same nations, Psalms 83. God. Same nations is saying Psalms 83, right?
Moreover, Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, slew of the Edomites in the valley of Salt 18,000.
One man put on 18,000 men, right?
And he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. Thus Yahweh Bashim Yeshai peace to David wheresoever he went.
And that is the point right there. When David on top, when Solomon on top, and the nation of Israel is ruling, right? 18,000 men falling from our nation, right? And they're going into slavery. Same fate that Esau must suffer. His final fate, his final destiny is to be a slave and to be wiped out. If you could go ahead, you're getting it in Samuel as well? Give me
I kept getting Samuel to tell you, you might also refer to it as.
You see it?
Yeah. The scripture talk about do not abhor an Edomite. They're not referring to the actual Edomites, they're referring to
Israelite dwelling in the land of Syria, and Jacob was called Assyrian.
Exactly.
I think Laban as well was called Assyrian. Why? Because of the land they was dwelling in. Right, if you could give me it, read the Job, give me Obadiah chapter 1 and read verse 21. Because again, I believe that possession, right? And they shall possess.
Yeah.
Yep, God.
Read 19 and then jump to 21.
You can read 18, 19. Read from 18 to 21. Good.
Obadiah verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame,
Right.
and the house of Esau for stubble.
Right. If you think about fire and stubble, or things that fire kindles and to then, to burn to ash, what happens? The fire defeats the stubble. Right? The house of Israel, the house of Jacob, the house of Joseph is going to be what? It's going to be fire. Esau is going to be stubble. Esau is going to be burnt up. Go ahead.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them.
Destroy them.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for
Yahweh had spoken it. Right.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau,
right, the southern kingdom.
And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. But what we are get back the land which belongs to us, because at this point, if I'm not mistaken, at this point, but that too is for now. But I think at this point in the story, the kingdom split already have happened, and what the northern kingdom would have already been ousted. So Obadiah prophesying of what we get back that which was ours.
Right.
Verse 20, and the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, that shall possess the cities of the south. And the Savior shall come up upon Mount Zion.
Right, the government of Zion gonna what?
Come up upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau.
Right, so the government of Mount Zion, spearheaded by Yahweh, is going to meet the government of Esau. Right, and what?
And the kingdom shall be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
And the kingdom shall be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because who currently is dwelling and who currently is ruling the kingdom? Esau. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Again, we showed you all Malachi 1 from verse 3 to 4, anytime any reference is being made to the wicked in the scriptures, who's making the reference? Oh, sorry, who is it speaking of? It's speaking of Esau. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? So the earth, the power of the earth is given over to the control of the wicked, the head of the nation of Esau, right? Again, as we just read, in that Genesis 38, I believe it was, 36, where it goes into, and in Edom it had dukes. 36, right? To the dukes, the ruling class of the heathen, of the wicked nation Esau. All those dukes, Yahushua is coming to meet them, and he's coming to enslave them and kill off the rest. Right? Again, the kings of the nation shall be the first in a long line of slaves. First of a new breed of slaves. Right? Never did you see that such a rich man went into slavery. I guess I did see it, Ecclesiastes 10:7. Right? But it's gonna happen again. If we get even the whole world gonna be in shock. Isaiah 14. Is this the man that would shake kingdoms, oppress everybody, had the world as a wilderness? Right?
Garrisons in the earth.
How had thou become so low in the earth? Why? Because even though you were a powerful and strong man, you met the powerful and strong God, and you were put down, right? And again, Isaiah 14 makes mention of it.
And they say the powerful,
the all-powerful God. If you go into the Isaiah 14, it makes mention of what? He shall have no remnant son or nephew, right? Go into what? Obadiah 1 and 10, if you could scroll up.
Obadiah 1 and 10.
The seed line is going to be rooted out. Go ahead.
For the violence against...
verse 8, and then verse 8 go down to verse 10.
Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall not I in that day, so that shall I not in that day say Yahweh shall even destroy the wise men out of Edom.
The wise men out of Edom. Who's those men? The Temanites, right?
And understanding out of Mount Esau,
right?
And thy mighty men on Teman shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Right?
Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
So he's telling you why.
Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Cut off, you're going to be rooted out of the earth, and it shall exist no more. Again, Ecclesiastes 4, I believe 17. There's no end of the people, but there has been prophesied to be one end of one people. It's the nation of Esau. This is their final fate. If again in Hebrews 12 and from verse 6.
Hebrews 12 and 6. For whom Yahweh shall love it, he chasten it, and scourge it every son who receive it.
Right?
If he in your chastening power dealeth with you as with sons, for what son is he whom the father chasteneth not?
Exactly what? He has not disciplined Esau. Right, go ahead.
But if it be without chastisement, therefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Esau is the bastard son. Right? This is why the Most High has to destroy him. He is the son that would not listen. Again, Psalm 15. What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, so that thou shouldest take thy covenant take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hearest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
And back to the beginning, even with Cain. The Lord came,
Esau's forefather Cain, right?
Who is Esau? Cain, right. Who is Esau in the spirit?
Right.
Think about Cain. The father gave Cain strict instructions through Adam on what to do for the sacrifice, and he completely disobeyed that. He brought what he wanted.
Exactly. So what these people have to go. Right? They ain't making no sense existing anymore. This is why Most High determined that they should be rooted out of the earth. But the point we're going to close with here, to close off this series, is that this sentiment, this faith, it was so from the beginning. This is not, the Most High didn't make this up as he went along, and he created these people to the end that he should destroy them. Again, talking about for the same reason have I raised thee up, making reference back to Pharaoh, right, that I might show my power in thee. Right, that is the whole point of Esau and Edom, for the Most High to show the earth how powerful he is, and he used this nation as an example. It is leaving Sodom and Gomorrah as an example, to many of those that should live ungodly hereafter. So if you live in the manner of Sodom and Gomorrah, you're going to be left in heaps and ashes. If you live like Esau and Edom, you're going to be cut off, right? If you give me a that principle's now in my head in there. Isaiah 46, declaring the end from the beginning.
You look at Isaiah chapter 46,
Verse 8.
verse 8. Remember this and shew yourselves men,
Right?
and bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors.
Right?
Remember the former things of old, for I am power, and there is none else. I am power, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning.
So what the Most High determined how the end was going to be from since the times began. Go ahead.
And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So my plan is going to come to pass. I'm going to do the things that I have taught and the devices that I have devised in mine own heart.
Verse 11.
Right?
Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yeah, I have spoken it, I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it, and I will also do it.
Exactly, and he has purposed that for the wicked they should be destroyed, and this was so from since the beginning. If you could give me Proverbs 16 and 4, if you had something, was looking for something?
And that proverb, I can't remember how it is. Scripture talking about this. Yes, this I was looking for.
Right, go ahead.
Yahweh Shemeshah made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh Shemeshah. No hand joined in hand, he shall not be unpunished. My mercy and truth iniquity is purged, and my fear, Yahweh Shemeshah. It's like by the fear of Yahweh Shemeshah, men depart from evil.
But again, as we read in that Psalm 50, these people clearly don't fear Yahweh Shemeshah. Right? So they ain't never going to depart from evil. The Most High must wipe them out. If you read Romans 9 from verse 13. Again, this was always the plan the Most High had intended for these people. Go ahead.
As Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved,
but Esau have I hated. Go ahead.
What shall we say then? Is their unrighteousness of power forbid?
Go ahead.
For he said to me,
read down 20. Solanke. Sorry.
Verse 15, he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Again, he's God. He's the one who has free will. So he will determine what goes and what doesn't go. If he has determined that he will create a people in the age just not to like them, he will do that. Right?
So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of power that sheweth mercy. For the scriptures say it unto Pharaoh, even for this purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee.
Right, say come back, yeah.
And that my name might be declared through all the earth.
Right.
Therefore he had mercy on whom he will have mercy, and on whom he will he hardeneth.
Right.
But would say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault?
So if you make these people to be the way they are, right, why have a problem with them? But was continue. Verse 19.
Verse 19, but will say unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who had resisted his will?
Because again, it's not like you have a choice in being the way you are, right?
Verse 20, nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against power?
Yeah, don't ask stupid questions, please. Go ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Exactly, with the wicked. Yes, he made them to be wicked, and we understand that. But does he still not, and he still abhors and hates wickedness? Yes, he does. So what? Should he leave wickedness to go unpunished? No. That is not how the Most High does operate. You can't see shit like that for too long and do nothing. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 21, hath not the potter power over the clay, and of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
I could make ceramic pots, I could make wares, I could make things of use in the house that would be of I'm not say high regard, because we don't regard possessions, but you know, I like these things, right? These things serve a use and a purpose to me that is enjoyable. And then I could make a toilet and shit in it. Come on, he have uses for everything in it. Just like how you could make a toilet and put shit in it. and then you can use the same material to make a toilet from and make it and use that material and make something other than a toilet. Same thing you do with the people of the earth. Right? You make one to glorify and one to honor. Deuteronomy 32 verse 8. Right? He separated the bounds of the people by the sons of Adam. Right? And then he make other people to shit in them. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast my shoe. Over Philistia will I cast my shoe. Edom will I cast my shoe. Right? One is something just to rest your shoes in, and the next one is to wash your hand in, and then Esau is to shit in as well. Right? This is what the Most High has determined for these nations. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 22. So, verse 22. What if power willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured much long suffering,
patience? So what if the Most High willing to show the earth how much wrath is in him, and to make the whole world know how powerful he is? He endured with much patience, right?
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
Who are those vessels? Again, we read it in Proverbs 16:4. Making the wicked for the day of evil. Go ahead.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory and the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
Afore prepared unto glory. So they are vessels that the Most High determined from since the beginning of time, Isaiah 46:8-10, to glorify. And then there are vessels that what he created for the sole purpose of destruction. Who were those unlucky vessels? Esau, Edom. Right? The Proverbs 16:4. And we're going to close here. If you had nothing there, give me Exodus chapter 17. Right, this was always so from since the beginning of time.
And see the Most High,
Amalek, yeah. The Most High always determined in his heart and in his mind to do what? To wipe these people out. Right? This is what he created them for. To make them great and then to show them their real fate. Which is what? That they were nothing more than toilets. Right? Go ahead.
Exodus 17 from 13. And Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahweh Bashim said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Right?
And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Messiah.
And what? For a memorial, because the Most High has to make good on this word. We have to remember these words, and what? The Most High brought it back. 1 Samuel 15, he tasked Saul with the mission. Go and kill these people out and kill the animal, kill everything that living in Nile and wipe them out. Saul didn't do it, right? These people still around here today. Ecclesiastes 4. There's no end of the people, right? But there is an end of these people. That prophecy just has not come to pass yet. But we do know that the Most High fully intends to bring it to pass. Again, as I have purpose, so shall it be done. He will perform the words that came out of his own mouth. He has the power to do so. Verse 16.
It says 17 and 16, for he said, because Yahweh had sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And even that is a trick statement, because at a point in time, it ain't going to have any more generations to the Most High to war when he's finished with them. And that is the fate of Esau and Edom. Go into slavery, to war the Lord and lose, and to be wiped out. Right? Or rather to have the Lord war with them and lose, and then for them to be wiped out, rooted out of the earth, their seed line no more in existence. Right?
Revelation 19 and 15 and Revelation 19 and 19.
Right, yeah, in righteousness or to judge and make what?
And Revelation 19 and 19, what the birds of heaven shall eat the flesh of kings and captains and counselors.
Yeah, and rulers, chief men, right? Which rules them meant to do? Esau, Edom, the heads of the heathen nation, specifically Esau and Edom. Right? They're going into slavery, then they're going to be wiped off from the face of the earth, as said the scripture. This is the final fate of the heathen nations, specifically who? The chief of the heathen nations. Right? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Right? This has been our final installment. The fate, the destiny, the lot of the heathen nations. Right? So Lord willing, we were edified. In closing,
Hallelujah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash.
I give it double honors. double unto the apostles and elders of great millstone surely do rule well. As always, we like to say shalom unto the elect.
Shalom to you.
This is a couple of brothers here from the hills of Yahweh camp.
Brother Hanana.
I'm the brother Marshall. Until next time, we like to say shalom.
Repent,
For the kingdom of heaven is at hand.